Greetings and welcome, one and all. It is time for Brony, Dungeons and Dragons.
Again.
Yes. And last session, we were given quite the hint that we're reaching the end game here.
Nobody say it. Nobody say it.
I'm still thinking.
Why do you think I muted myself?
Okay, Doc, did you really have to dust off that old joke?
Didn't realize it was a joke.
Okay, you want to know something? You want to know something even more that you're gonna slap me? Okay, so what's the Mummy King's name?
Bizarre. It could be that's a double entendre. Bizarre meaning an actual shop. The other being
strange.
Bizarre. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Strange.
Now, Josh, trust me, it took everything I had to not slap you across the face when I saw you the last time. Ugh.
I mean, is that specifically for that joke, or I mean, like, what's his list of things he's done to you at this point?
How much time you got?
Good point. Let's move on.
Yes. We should. Yep.
Let's
continue.
All right. So, in the last session, we had quite a few revelations as the party traveled to the old ruins in the Urnian Desert and found the Mummy King, who had a lot to tell and a lot of beans to spill.
Mm-hmm.
And why don't we start right there?
I guess I don't get music anymore. Thanks a lot, computer.
Sorry.
It's not your fault.
It is entirely your fault.
All right. So,
No,
you
not
all...
now. Please, not now. Feline, please.
All right. So, you all stand there processing what you just heard Jalarum recite.
Rhyme starts looking under the throne for the books that he mentioned.
Oh, I think we got those out last time.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had Tantamount go under and start dragging them out, remember?
All right. It's been a while.
It has been a while, and we've had things happen.
Okay. Happening things.
And Faye's just kind of standing there, a little dumbfounded at one part in particular of the Mummy King's note.
We are.
Which was again?
The first, one of the first major revelations.
No, yeah. Just so I'm not doing a dumb. What was it?
That face pregnant.
Okay, good. I'm not doing a dumb. So Amber, I look at Faye after putting two and two together, and Amber kind of just towers over because Nora's in the way, so her head is
Nora looks in between his head and getting out of the way.
She's like, no.
Okay, Amber gently picks up Jalarum, just to move him out of the way. Yoink, getting him out of the way. Looks at Faye.
Hi.
Did you lay an egg?
Amber, that's not how humanoids. You know what? Yeah, I think we should probably keep going.
Amber is looking at Jalarum now. She's like, "Did you nest? When did you nest?"
Third has basically blue screened at this point.
My song, that's not how human thingies are made.
Human thingies? Human thingies? What?
Human.
How else are they supposed to hatch them?
Well, you see.
Okay, guys.
No. Jalarum immediately
Trust
goes
me when
over
I
to...
say this. trust me when I say this. This is probably the only time you will ever be glad that Ravis is no longer on your side.
Oh yeah.
Jalm immediately goes over to Ivan, just covers his mouth. Yeah, funny, Ivan. Okay, let's keep moving.
But it's a beautiful natural process that deserves to.
And Faye comes over and covers his mouth too. Shut up! Cal, are you alright? Uh-oh.
Approach this.
Guys, you dipped
Anyway,
out for me.
Congratulations, I think you just killed Josh's wife.
All right, you see Jaminia have this like almost Cheshire cat like grin.
Faye looks right at her. Gem, Faye looks right at her. Gem, don't you dare. Gem, don't you dare.
And then she just very gently turns away. I'm not saying a thing yet.
Think. You know what? We have air gnomes to find. Let's go find air gnomes.
Yeah, what were you saying? The Vexit branch? Yeah, let's go there.
You hear this. You hear this laughing echo throughout the throne room. Oh, I have waited so long to hear that.
Hey, look! Literally anything else! Let's pay attention to it!
Oh, God.
Okay, peanut gallery.
Oh, you were big! You were larger!
Oh, hello.
You were larger than normal!
Faye falls backwards on her rump.
Out of all the moments in eternity, this will hold a special place in my heart.
Play! Tantamount immediately goes bonkers and starts to try and leap onto Olitamara.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this can't end well.
Tantamount.
Let it have its fun.
So she's sort of like backpacking on Olitamara's back and just like kneading, like you know how like cats do that kneading thing, making biscuits, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
My thighs are very familiar with that process.
But basically, she's laying on Olitamara's back, just blissfully kneading biscuits.
Hey, I'm shot. Anyway.
Okay, so you see Olitamara. You see him looking up for a second as if he's trying to think of something. What should I do here? No, the fairy already did that, so I think I'll do this. He seems to reach into some sort of pocket, which is weird because he's not dressed.
I don't question anything with this creature anymore. That's like trying to make sense of Pinkie Pie.
And he pulls out some plant fragments and throws them on the ground.
What are okay, oh, I didn't pop out my character sheet because I'm
I'm gonna have to ask Tantamount to roll a will save.
Oh no, you didn't! You didn't!
I
gotta find what her will is. Okay, it's
12.
Yeah, it's a D20 plus 12. So she actually has a pretty decent will save.
I swear, if this is catnip.
Oh, please tell me. Please tell me. Uh-oh.
And there goes Tantamount.
Oopsie poopsie.
Thank you, sentient dice. I pay
Don't cats always land on their feet, though?
Oh, so Tantamount is immediately entranced by the aroma of this plant.
It's freaking catnip.
And begins rubbing her face in it and rolling in it and then just being very, very happy.
Rhyme starts pinching the bridge of her nose. You know what? I'm just going to sever the connection for the moment because I don't think I can handle the LSD going on in my brain.
So that happened in our lives?
Yes, that is something I do need to talk to you all about. You see, my good old friend Bazaar right there, he has a bit of a pretentious streak. And as I'm sure you found out, he's rather lost his mind as a lich. That's a bad combo. It's been 9 hells in a handbasket to get him to remain coherent. So when he said, get your affairs in order, he meant give your mummies and daddies a hug and kiss, or make sure you let everyone know where you're going, or take out some life insurance, or something to that effect.
What was that last part?
Take out life insurance? I didn't know we had that.
So, basically you're saying we're heading into danger as per usual, and it's nothing exceptional.
Lovely.
So yes, but you probably realize we've had a lot of discussions on this particular topic. So, this is your last chance to ask questions.
All right, I'll start. Are you telling us that our plan of going to the Vexant branch would be ill-advised?
Indeed, it is very ill-advised. In fact, how can you find something that's taken great steps to ensure it remains hidden?
You're asking that of a spy.
People did have a way of keeping hidden from others. I'll give them that much.
All
right.
Then, where should we be headed then? Directly to Optimar?
Well, not directly to Optimar. As I said, you might want to talk to some people to let them know where you're going, because you won't be returning for quite some time.
Oh. Okay, so we have to head back to Directian and inform everyone else what the situation is then.
Alitamar, there's a question that has been on my mind since we returned from Bator.
Yes?
Do you know where Rayan is?
Yeah, you see the Cheshire Cat's grin just kind of shrink. I cannot answer that.
Why not?
I made a promise.
A promise to whom?
No spoilers. That's how it works.
Okay, the spoiler lover in me just got mildly triggered, but
Guess what? The spoiler hater in me is immensely satisfied.
And that's why you're perfect for each other.
'Cause opposites attract.
Yeah.
And get angry with each other.
John
Has
takes
everyone asked what they need to ask?
Do you have something you wish to ask, Father Lightbringer?
I am waiting until everyone else.
John takes out the note again and starts rereading. Alitamar, the Drow are already there in Otmar, yeah?
Yeah, you see Alitamar gritting his teeth. Can't see.
Okay. No, I only say that because I'm a little confused. Because it says, I'm just reading the note, a small group is secretly headed with the intent to steal the largest diamonds. I thought they already had a hold on the diamonds. Why would they be stealing a larger diamond?
It could be that there could be another group that needs the diamond or wants it for some nefarious reason or another. Who knows? It could actually be members of the Resistance. We haven't spoken with some of the others in a while.
Unless...
Well, it's
Are you finally using your brains?
Watch it, kitty.
Took them long enough.
Wait a minute, what? Jal immediately perks up. Faye, you would happen to know what else requires a large diamond? What?
Well, I do know that well, okay, I'll knowledge arcana this just to make sure I'm not talking out my butt. Because I was about to say, right. Quality of diamond matters more in spellcasting than size.
Well, you're trying to think about which things have actually used diamonds in their magic. You know that obviously resurrection and sanctify the wicked, but you also know about
Cumelis.
Yes.
Oh, that's okay. Jalum immediately shuts up because he remembers what King Bazaar was saying. Oh, okay. Oh, in that case, then it's urgent. Wait a minute. Jalum immediately starts looking at
Amael, stop.
Trust me when I say, the more you figure out too soon, the more hazardous things might be. Because remember, one often meets his destiny on the road that he takes to avoid it.
Thanks, Oogway.
I actually kind of thought he was minorly doing an Oogway voice for that.
There are no accidents.
Stop. I like Kung Fu Panda. Don't ruin it for me.
Me too. It's like one of my favorite movies.
Huh. Well, actually, no. Jalum just squints at the at three words in particular, but he doesn't say which, and then just gives King Bazaar this seriously look at him.
Did say he was pretentious.
All right, then. I guess we should head back to Directian, and well, there is one thing I gotta talk with a couple people on, especially Zeadril and everybody else. As Jalum looks at his journal, and he has one thing in particular written on it, and it just says Plan A. Yeah, I think. Yeah, let's head back to directing. I think we're good. Arden, you're right. Taking these encyclopedias, they are a little thick.
I think I can. It's just, probably gonna have to rent a second camel. I could afford it. Whatever.
All right.
Don't we have a bag of holding?
Yes, but I don't feel like taking that away from a dragon, if you know what I mean.
I mean, we could hold on to the encyclopedia, whatever.
The books will be safer with him anyway.
Besides, I'm curious. It's in case you've forgotten. I used to be a scholar trying to figure out the secrets of this place.
I've never met you before, except when I've never met you before a couple of days ago. So yes, I had forgotten that.
You can't forget what you didn't know. Please.
Sarcasm, Faether.
Don't talk to me about sarcasm. And she points to the beaked one on her shoulder.
Ha!
Excuse me.
Just take care of those books and yourself and your family.
I will. And I'll also take care of yours. He gives a wink.
Jalum puts his hand on his forehead.
Amber tries her best to be light about it, but punches Jalrum in the shoulder.
Ow!
You dog!
Right. Okay. Faye's been screaming the house down every other night.
Giddy.
Jay,
Huh?
Yes?
nothing. Just nothing. The comment was mildly inappropriate.
My point is, I think there's been time to make that comment of Jalarum rather earlier than this.
Anyways, continuing onwards.
All right.
If
But yes,
everyone has spoken their piece, there is something I needed to ask of Olidamara in private, if you don't mind.
Sure. We can head out and we'll meet you up and we'll meet you home. Meet you outside. Excuse me.
Oh, keeping secrets from the party again.
Yeah, Amber immediately frowns at that, but leaves reluctantly.
I'm sure if it's something that the party needs to know, he'll tell us once it's over.
Come along, Tantamount. Rhyme tries to pick up Tantamount, but she sort of does that cat-defying gravity thing where she just accordions up, and Faye, you hear her go, "No." Meanwhile, Rhyme is like half carrying, half dragging the cat.
Yeah. You see Beline move forward and grab some of the plant and start sniffing it. I don't get it.
Bless you, little one.
Stay innocent, Beline.
Alright. So,
Ivan
needs to go too.
Come, Ivan!
To the Batmobile!
In this case, the golden hot rod.
Oh my god!
I mean,
Come, my
Ivan does
trusty,
find
come, my trusty steed. It is time for a drag race.
I mean, Ivan does find her hot.
No.
Anyways, continuing.
All right. Anyway,
Continuing on.
right.
So, Olidamara sits down, his tail wagging back and forth, patiently for your question.
I know it's probably going to get me some difficult looks from the rest of the party, but I felt that this was necessary. I know that there are great dangers that lie ahead, and I'm fairly certain that I have a pretty good idea about what you plan for me in particular. But that's not what really concerns me. Before we get into the thick of it, I must know, will this story have a happy ending?
You see the Cheshire Cat just... his smile returns, but it seems a lot more genuine. And you see his eyes sparkle a little bit. You've learned well. And disappears.
Good enough, I suppose. Then Owen follows everyone outside.
Rhyme turns to Ivan. Is that cat always that cryptic?
Yeah, usually he's actually more so. Cracks a good
Okay.
joke every now and then, though.
Rhyme spots Owen as he exits the temple. Are you alright, Father Lightbringer?
I'm better now, I think. But there is
Anything you
still a
wanna
great
share?
amount of struggle that lies ahead for all of us, I have no doubt.
So it's a little too early to celebrate.
I'm pretty sure we will be able to celebrate at some time.
Dibs on music.
All right. So you step out into the Urnian desert, and you already see Arden heading away with two horses.
Oh, we lost a Bliss.
I'm just reloading because I wasn't hearing any music.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, this thing's decided I don't get music, and I'm depressed because Josh always chooses great music.
We'll put it in.
Yeah, I still don't hear anything, but that's okay. Anyway.
Yep.
What music? Oh, there it is! Okay. And now I don't hear anybody else.
I haven't heard music
That's
ever
weird.
since. I haven't heard music since season 2. I don't.
For me, I could only hear the music until I turned up the volume on my computer. Before that, it was just really, really, really quiet.
Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to move us all to Discord.
That might not be a bad idea. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Season 3, now on Discord.
No.
Season 5 now on Discord.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So, Jaminia looks to you all. So, how do you want to get home? Short way, long way?
Short way. I think is the best thing.
Mm-hmm.
Time is of the essence. My people are very mobile, so...
So,
Well, if Boleen is not too offended if we ask.
well, I can
You can what, Faye? Go ahead.
I can teleport us. We don't have to keep bothering Boleen.
Well, you can. Can you teleport all 7 of us? I believe sometimes teleportation may have a limit.
I think you should be able to. The last time we teleported, I think like 10.
Mm-hmm.
All right, just checking. I don't know how to do it, so I just wanted to be sure.
And Faye looks at Boleen. That doesn't bother you, right?
Oh no! It's totally fine if you guys want to teleport yourselves.
Well, were you willing to teleport us without a price? And Faye's just kind of giving her a half smile.
That depends what you got.
What I've got is a smart.
Little...
What I've got is a smart aleck little fairy.
You could make the baby blue.
No.
No, Faye's entire face just goes slack, and she just looks at Ron.
Or you could turn Tantamount blue.
She already made Jalarum blue, so have we seen enough blue?
Everyone, hold my hands. We're going home.
Rhyme can't help but smirk a little bit.
How did the innocent little fairy turn into the most mercantile character in the entire show?
Pixie logic.
It's called character. It's called character development.
Well, Owen has to make sure that he's only holding one hand, if that's enough.
And I don't know if I can cast it on this screen, but I shall try. Clank.
Okay, I have a question that may have been answered before, but it was likely when I wasn't in the game.
Nope. I can't.
If Owen holds on to a piece of clothing that someone is wearing, does that transfer the curse?
Like gloves?
You haven't exactly experimented with it.
We'll figure it out.
I mean-
later. Just as long as he doesn't hold Faye, that's... Yeah.
Yeah, because I was about to say, you could just probably hold on to Faye's dress or something.
Excuse you, no he can't.
I don't know.
We should get Owen some gloves for Christmas.
I mean, according to Doc himself, he gave Owen a gauntlet because the curse wouldn't transfer through a weapon he was holding, so that might be some data for your theory. Question.
Okay.
Okay, well, only 6 of us.
You and 6. So.
7.
Oh man, that means. Oh, that means all of our animals are just left behind. Peace out.
No.
Belene's just got her arms behind her head.
Beline, would you please help me a little, please?
Roll diplomacy.
I'm on standby, don't worry.
I can't wait to see what color my hair turns.
I mean, it's already purple, so crimson
Orange.
If it
red.
turns-
Ooh, I like hers. I like her idea.
Make her natural blonde.
Turn her into Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Dogi, Ellie, one of you is doing artwork of
Roll
that.
diplomacy, please.
Give me a
Sailor
moment.
Moon.
Yes! Good roll.
It's pretty good.
Okay, decent. Pretty good.
Okay, I guess I'll give you a small discount because, you know, you kind of caught the preggers. So,
I can hear you, Aramau! Jimmy!
So she moves up. So she moves over to Jalarum and gives him another boop on the nose, and his coloring disappears.
Thank
Oh,
you.
And at the same time as you, Faithern, she begins to cast teleport.
Let's head back to Direction.
and we're back.
All right.
So Jaw was just blue this whole time.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Wrong one.
Computer, please.
So Ziadro and Cassian look up from their chairs. Oh, you're back.
Indeed. We've had some things come up.
Not for long. We have much to prep for. Looks like you may need to all prep for battle sooner than we thought. Excuse me.
You should prep a cold shower for that cat of yours.
I know how to take care of her.
Is catnip really that bad?
You've never seen a cat on catnip, have you?
No.
I have.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Jaminia moves over to Ivan. So Ivan, you know how giggly you get when you drink highly mineralized water?
Uh-huh. Oh, I get it.
Imagine that, but a lot more.
Times about
So
25.
unfiltered water. Ooh, so sparkling water. Ooh,
Sorry about that.
Yes.
that's the heavy stuff. You don't want to drink that.
Ivan, all I can say is stay pure. Faye kind of grabs Jalarum's hand and just starts dragging him away.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. Can y'all hear me all right?
I hear you.
Howdy.
We got you. We
I
got you,
boosted
fam.
it up. Oh, whatever. That was weird.
Anyways, what'd I miss?
Oh, man.
Faye's
All right,
like dragging Jalarum away.
As
brought
that
back the best
happens,
running joke.
Jalarum, you feel like something just hit you in the butt.
Ooh, what the?
Heck?
And then you see Kylam.
Oh, hi.
He
Why'd you
better
have to
not
push
have
the
just
button?
tried. He better not have just goosed
that-
him.
Got Kylam just kind of blinked twice. What just happened?
That's what I'm-
Why'd you kick me?
Amael,
I don't.
turn around.
What? John, what do you mean? John turns around.
I'm looking on the back. I'm looking on his
Okay,
back.
you're looking on the back of his head, and you see letters written in Sylvan, and I'm going to have to ask you to roll a will save, Faithurin.
Of course.
All right. As you read the words, you feel a compulsion to do what Kylam just did, but you quickly shake it off, and you see the words in Sylvan, "Kick me."
Beline?
Beline's gone.
Oh, hang on 1 second, guys. I gotta take care of something.
Faye takes Jalarum's hood and pulls it up over his head. Just keep that on for a few hours.
Yeah, Nora looks at Faithurin. Yes, now you know what now you know what we went through for all those years.
With Beline.
No, I understood.
Okay. It's actually...
All I can say, Nora, is that I sympathize tremendously.
I love how we were all worried that this was going to be like a super depressing episode when literally for the last 40 minutes we've just been giggling nonstop.
We got jokes.
Too much water.
Yeah. I downed a whole pitcher before this session.
Alright, I'm back. I had to deal with the carpenter.
Don't you start. Your character's already bad enough.
So Jaminia looks at you all and says, "So, are we going to wait a day in order to talk to everyone, or shall we make preparations immediately?"
Faye kind of gives Jem a look and just quietly puts a hand to her stomach and just is kind of quietly pleading that she needs some time.
Very well. We will depart tomorrow, late morning.
Alright.
Thank you. And Faye just kind of keeps pulling Jalarum off because she wants to talk to him.
Alright. Okay. So, yeah, this is kind of huge.
It is. She's trying to pull him out of the room entirely.
Oh, so like down the
Up or down the stairs, whichever that is.
Alright, that's fine. Oh, in the corridor-ish area.
Yeah, because I couldn't tell what that was. Did anyone else want to do a thing? Kylam's gone again.
Oh, crap, I wanted to talk to him. Ah, never mind.
I swear if I find out he's following us, I'm going to lose my mind.
I don't want him to follow us. I want him to leave at the same time we do.
I send a message to Owen really quickly. Just basically saying I need to talk to you. That's all.
Owen understands and tries to find...
All right. Well, if we're all splitting up, I'm going to go back to the table and do some politicking. Don't get into any trouble.
So who wants to
Good
take
night.
out and how long that's going to last?
I look at Ivan and kind of just blush a little.
Yo!
Do you want to do something?
At that, Nora and Gareth look at each other, nod, and then just walk off.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
So was that a... We should leave them
No!
alone?
No! We're done! We're done! We're done!
I promise I'm not going to go not safe for place. I was going to say, was that a... We're going to leave them alone nod, or was that a... The signal has been given. Time to execute the plan nod?
That was I think that was okay, we're gonna leave now.
No. Instead, Amber, I tapped my necklace and I actually shipped into my Elven form for the first time in a long time. A long time.
And now, and for a second there, you were Deanne from Seven Deadly Sins.
Yep.
Giant.
I smile at I smile at Ivan eagerly, but then I look at myself uneasy and realize what I'm. For some reason I'm looking at myself uneasy, and then kind of just rub my arm, embarrassed. So Faye's pregnant.
Yeah, he's your baby.
She laid so humanoids don't lay eggs.
No, they they do this. Let's go inside. I'll tell you.
Okay.
You hear Jaminia from the table say, "Please."
I'm pretty sure that she knows about the act, just not the whole egg live birth difference.
Stop!
I'm just saying.
Get it.
Before you leave the room, it's like Jaminia says, "Care what you say within my earshot. My ears do more than just frame my face, you know."
Noted. Let's go.
Okay.
Josh, you already stole the joke from me once, boy.
It's health class directing edition.
So, where are we going first? I think that we should have Rhyme and Owen talk.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so Rhyme and Owen are alone in a room, except with Tantamount, who is currently sprawled out on a chair, just thinking that everything is really great right now.
I want some tuna. I can see through time.
Is this real life?
Stop.
Is this just
fantasy?
Although I kind of okay.
So, Rhyme,
Yes.
tell me what's on your mind.
You know what you did, Doc. Anyway.
It seemed
You said it. You said it.
appropriate.
You know what
I
you
am.
did.
I am concerned. It's about this time that her disguise wears off, so she turns back into a drow.
Okay.
I am concerned. She's pacing a little. Well, for one, with this infiltration of Optimar, I don't know what we are going to encounter. Should I go as my disguised self? Should I go as a dwarf in disguise? Should I just make myself invisible and follow you from a distance? That way, in case we come across an anti-magic field, I can say, "Oh, well, I was just tailing them, waiting to kill them. Thank you for spoiling my Thank you for spoiling my disguise. I'll kill you now." I don't know what's going on. But then there's just so much more that is going on. I am now this, and I don't think I thought it through all the way. And I don't know what I'm doing after this war, when I'm not needed anymore. I've literally just spent most of my life doing this, and what do I do?
I don't know what lies in your future, Rhyme. There is a great deal that's going to happen that's going to turn most everyone in different directions, I'm sure. I have to believe that there are greater purposes that we are serving that we may not yet understand. But in regards to what you should do in Optimar, I think it is best that no matter what happens, no matter what dangers we face, I believe we should stick together. That we should fight as a group, as one. If you are separated from us trying to follow, if you are hoping to throw others off the scent by being on your own, that may work for a time. That may give us an advantage that they may not have planned for. But when the moment comes, when we will all need each other the most, it is absolutely vital that we stay together. that we depend on one another. Do you trust me enough to following that?
Yes. May I put forth a small suggestion then?
Ask away.
This form of mine is perhaps one of the few advantages that we have. But if I am seen by a dwarf and they don't trust me, they could lash out and attack you. If I'm seen by another drow, they're wondering why I would be working with you. My human disguise wouldn't, which is now a disguise, would not exactly... It could be best to think that that human disguise doesn't exist anymore, that she died in a way. That way they think you're using Pickens, we could surprise them. My suggestion is, I stay invisible, but I stay with you. I will not be further than perhaps 10 feet behind you. But that way we can still keep the element of surprise. I will not abandon you, as you have requested. But this advantage, I don't want to lose it, because we're going to need everything we possibly can get in the final battle. Is that all right?
I think I can work with that. Although I'll likely have true seeing on, just so I can see others who might be approaching you using the same tactic.
Of course. Well, even if they are approaching me with the same tactic, they won't be able to see me unless they have true seeing as well. Oh. The thing is, though, because I am now this, even if they have true seeing, they will only see a drow following you. They won't see the human rhyme, they will see a drow. So at least we still have that. And I could possibly say, oh, I was just waiting around to kill them when they were at their least defensible. If we are discovered, however, you all may need to pretend to hate me and be my enemy.
That wouldn't be too far of a stretch given my own history, but it may be a bit troublesome for some other party members to do so convincingly.
Did someone say my name?
I will do my... I'll speak with them about it, but I promise I won't be far away from you. You are right. None of us are going to get through this alone. I just want to keep us on top of it as best we can.
Very well.
I am concerned, Father Lightbringer. I don't know what to do now. Yes, this form is very advantageous. I can always go back to looking how I used to. But what do I do once this is all over? My only other talent, I suppose, would be whittling tiny little bird figurines and occasionally patching clothes. Everything else I know is magic and death. What good does that do me outside of a war? I hadn't considered that before, because it had gone on so long, for so much of my life. And now that I am this, I have centuries instead of decades.
You know, when I had been banished from Optimar, I had no idea what I would do. There I was, a cleric of a deity who made it his personal mission in life to make sure that I never forgot that he was always watching. And yet, even however much I wanted to be a healer, most everyone that I came across did not want to have anything to do with me. I had lived my life alone for so very long, feeling as though my talents had been made useless by the very deity who had hoped that I would improve upon them. I can't say that I know what you could do with the talents you now have after all this is over. But if there was a very harsh lesson I learned from the many decades of such an experience, keep moving forward.
What are you going to do once this is all over?
Of that, even I don't fully know. I may have my suspicions, but I'm fairly certain that if I even were to voice a single one of them, that it may not happen. I have to trust that powers greater than my own are leading all of us to a better place.
Sorry.
Until then. You go ahead.
Rhyme sort of... She looks like she's kind of mentally debating herself and then breathes out as she reaches a decision. If it is not too much trouble, would it irk you if I accompanied you? I feel as though I have learned more from you than I have in all my years with Zeadril and Cizaean. And I know, based on watching all of you, that I have much more to learn. I still don't understand a lot of the things that go on. I don't understand, really, Fairthorn and Jalorum's bond. I don't understand Ivan and Amber's either, but you seem to. Cizaean and Zeadril taught me to read, taught me to fight, taught me how to harness my magic, but I don't know if I ever really learned how to be a person. And I figured that after this war, I could at least perhaps give it a try if I survived.
Well, if that is what you want most, I feel I can accommodate that request, even though I'm not sure where I'm going after all this is over just yet.
You're moving forward, are you not?
I am, but that doesn't yet tell me which direction I'm moving forward to.
It is better than staying still, is it not?
Very much so.
I want to understand more. And I don't know if I can without a proper teacher. That sounds so foreign to say. I have thought much on what you have said. I just don't know how to be anything other than a weapon. But you once said to me that a weapon need not only kill, but perhaps inspire. I don't know how to do that yet either. She straightens up a little and gestures to her face. You may not be well received for traveling with someone of my complexion.
Excuse me?
I didn't know how else to phrase it. I apologize, Ellie.
I just thought that was funny.
She puts her hand to her forehead, and I don't know how well you're going to be able to tolerate Tantamount, but I don't think I could go to Lothnalore. I am not like them. Even though, technically speaking, I am them. But I know nothing of their ways. I barely even know enough about humans. But I would like to at least learn how to be a person. Be it a drow or a human or anything. I have missed much.
It wouldn't be the first time I had traveled the world feeling ostracized. That won't be anything new. But I will admit, traveling with a hyperactive furry animal who's in the midst of looking into the future right now
is also something he's very much used to. Hello, Ivan.
Continue, Doc.
It would perhaps be a nice change of pace to where it's not always giving me the most difficult of riddles just to pass the time.
At being referenced, Tantamount stumbles off the chair under the table and then flops at Owen's feet.
You're pretty. I want to braid their beard.
Oh, gosh.
See, and Rhyme, again, is massaging her temples. You know, I'd cut off our mental bond for a moment, but I can still understand what she says, and I will be very happy once that catnip wears off, and I'm going to have a very stern talking to with that other cat.
Good luck.
Well, I suppose if your plan is going to work, you'd best speak with each of the other party members and make sure they understand what you intend. As I said, at least a couple of them are going to need to have to practice to give a convincing performance.
There was a time when none of you trusted me. I'm sure I can figure out how to call that back. She reaches out to sort of put a hand on his shoulder, but then hesitates a little. But then sort of goes to, like, friendly to make him look a little bit more distinguished, adjust his collar, and hopes that doesn't trigger anything.
I think it's just clothing. I think you're fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Josh said, we haven't experimented with it. Anyways, I appreciate your willingness to, for lack of a better term, babysit me until I understand what my place in the world is, other than a sword.
Glad I could be of service.
Are you sure you won't be ashamed to travel with one who looks like I do.
I think it might actually be a bit more difficult moving away from all this, at least for a time. Being a part of a group like this. I never would have expected this to be my normal everyday. It's going to take some adjusting to go back to the way things were. But I feel I can manage it.
It won't be completely back. Tantamount, I feel, is a little nicer than the other cat. And you will at least have someone else to converse with.
True enough.
Do you need to make any preparations for tomorrow?
I think I have everything that I need personally. I think I've already spoken about my ideas to those who need to know them.
Certainly. I will, of course, address my ideas with... Oh, it's so strange to say, the general. As well as the others. Once they're done with their emotional faffing about.
Faffing about?
Ouch.
Okay. Who's next on the list?
I believe we shall move towards.
Yeah,
Jalarum
which faffing about
Theater.
are we going to next?
Father Lightbringer, please teach me how to be more human. Oh, are you done with your emotional faffing about yet? Please teach me how to be human more.
We're still in a war, dang you!
I'm just saying.
So, we're having a kid.
Faye goes to, like, sit down.
John moves over and sits down next to her. How are you feeling?
Honestly, the larger part of me is excited. I mean, I already told you how much I wanted family. That was the reason you proposed to me, was it not?
Yeah?
But I will admit it's a little concerning. I mean, I was conceived out of wedlock.
I wasn't, and I know. That's a bit of a... Still a lot to take in. I mean, I think more concerning is you on the battlefield.
And Faye just looks down quietly.
I want you by my side. I want you to have my back, but at the same time, I'm worried. Well, I could be losing two more people I care about.
If anything of what King Bazaar said is remotely true, then it won't matter if I'm on the battlefield with you or not. If there is something coming.
I just want all of us to be safe in the end.
I do too. I mean, after all, we have a promise to keep to Lark.
That is true. I'm just thinking back to when Soren revealed everything. And then he just glared at you. I mean, I couldn't actually see because he was still wearing his mask and the projection, but he looked at you, and now it's all coming back as you're the next target to make me suffer.
Let's be honest with ourselves, Jalaram. One way or another, I was going to become a target of his. If his whole intention was to make you suffer. Honestly, I'm surprised he hasn't come after me prior to this.
What does that do to a man? What does a life of vengeance do to a person? When their whole goal is to make one person miserable. Do they have anything for them? Do they have anything for themselves? Do they? John immediately takes out his journal again, and he lays on the table what says Plan A. I didn't bring this up with Ziadril and them, but that battlefield plan, all the formations and stuff.
What was that?
Something went off on my phone. Sorry.
All those formations I put out, that was only Plan B.
What was Plan A?
After overhearing your conversation with Nyan about what happens next, will they go back to how they were? John immediately shows what it says, and it says, end conflict with as little casualties as possible on both sides.
Why didn't you show this before?
It didn't come up until I overheard your conversation with Nyan, and it made me rethink everything. At this point, my goal is to save as many lives as I can, but that also goes for Ravis's group. I know if we say the right thing to Valil, I think he can come around. Like, he was, as you recall, he was having doubts about what Ravis was doing was right and good, even though he considers him a friend. But with others, I'm not sure. I mean, can we overturn someone like Jewel? Or have Soren see the light of his actions? Or maybe, I don't know, give Cruel a bit of confidence from someone other than Ravis? I don't know. I don't want to live in a world that's isolated from each other. We had that before. And now I just want that to end. I want us to be united as one unit, not just...
As one kingdom, as one people, as one family.
Exactly. John's me like going through all his battle strategies, from determining who gets an anti-magic amulet, some like situations in case like guns jam or something. This could all be meaningless, but I want to make sure that Plan A is a success, no matter what. Even if it means... Sorry, go ahead.
There's still a lot more to figure out, though. Like, I don't think I had a chance to show you this. Corwell sent me this after we came back, after I came back from Lefither, and she shows him Elvana's notebook with all like the equations and formulas and stuff.
Okay, DM, can I roll a Decipher Script on this?
Yes.
All right, do that. All right.
And I'm gonna try to roll a Knowledge Arcana on this.
Pretty good.
That's a Knowledge Arcana, right?
Yes.
Excuse me.
DM question.
Yes.
Could they use each other's rolls to boost each other if neither one of them gets quite high enough?
Yeah, I think that's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's what's going on here. Anyways, so you pore over it for a little while, and you begin to try and figure out Elvana's chicken scratch. And here is the stuff that you figure out. Let's see, that's... All right. I have updated the notebook.
Oh, cool. All right. Oh, okay. Well, looks like some of the chicken scratch, at least the letters portion of it, represents... Well, LV is a spell level. That's kind of obvious.
Tier
Something...
beast. Why is this relevant?
Sure, pure, virgin, intelligent plant, extraplanar. What are these ingredients for making a spell?
I highly doubt that.
DM, what did the Arcana check figure out?
That's everything that both of you have worked together to figure out.
There's still more of this to go through, and I still haven't had a chance to research if Ravis's amulet counts as an artifact or not.
Oh, the mage's disenchantment thingy.
Disjunction.
I don't know. That's another thing I was thinking of. What if it affects ours as well? That's the only advantage I can have. Like, if Plan B ends up happening, that's the only advantage I have on Sorn.
There's so many things to consider. I was already of the mind to not use Mage's Disjunction until it was absolutely necessary anyway. I don't know what to do, Amael. I do agree with Owen that we need the spell. But at the same time, we do need to protect ourselves from their spellcasters.
John turns back to the page where he talks about like the evenly distributing the anti-magic necklaces. Well, if I can distribute it evenly, at least amongst the non-spellcasters, we might have a little bit of advantage. And like I said, buffs stay attached even with the anti-magic field on. Until then, we just gotta learn to know our surroundings.
Out of character question, doesn't Jalarum only have one anti-magic item?
No, didn't they get like reproduced some by Directian? Although I think they could only make a few.
Yes.
Yeah, I think like 30
Okay.
or so.
Yeah. All right, sorry, I had forgotten that part. Thanks.
No, you're good.
To be honest, I forgot it too.
That John then turns back to Plan A. How do you capture the king with the least amounts of pieces sacrificed on both sides?
And she looks at him and like covers his plan with her hand. Improvise.
Jonathan takes her hand and kisses it. I have been good at that. All right. I do want to talk to Rhyme and Owen about Plan A, though. That's it. All right. John gets out of his chair.
And Faye stands up too.
All right. Let's go find the others.
Amael?
Yeah?
What do you
Yes?
think a good name would be?
For our kid?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Gee, I haven't thought about that. I mean, it is going to be a boy, so, I don't know, I guess I like the name Adrian. Sounds cool.
I like that.
What if he's wrong? What if we end up having a girl instead?
And Faye thinks for a moment. Merylwen.
What does that mean?
It means rose.
Oh my god!
I am dead.
Jalarum starts happy crying and just like hugs Faithern. I love that name so much.
Okay, seriously, I actually am.
Hey, so anyone up for retconning the gender of the baby? And for once, I'm not even making a snarky comment. That's perfect.
Who says that they can only have one?
I mean, point.
There goes my pancreas.
What the heck does your pancreas have to do with it?
Diabetes.
Oh, right, that.
Yeah.
Look, I know about as much about pancreases as Josh knows about female pregnancy. Okay.
I don't have tissues in this house. Why?
Get a paper towel.
Anyway, I think we should. Anyway, I think. I think that's. I think we should probably head down.
I wonder if Ivan's taken it upon himself to explain functions to Amber.
Like, Jalum's immediately, oh, that's not going to go well.
Speaking of which,
Meanwhile,
And then-
back at the ranch.
And then zip,
Meanwhile,
bubbity
back at
boo
the
the
plot.
baby comes out.
Oh my gosh, really?
Okay, Fan, am I going to assume you just went through the whole health class with Amber?
I haven't just finished a song that he learned when he was a kid.
No.
It's a song called "The Birds and the Bees." Anywho,
Please wait while your amber.exe reboots.
Okay, yeah, Amber takes I take a step back and lean up against the wall for a minute.
You gonna be okay?
That sounds a lot harder than laying eggs.
Yeah, it's not the easiest process in the world. But as air gnomes, we know it's a natural, beautiful thing, so we don't have any fear talking to others about it.
She's rubbing her. I'm just rubbing my shoulder awkwardly and pulling at my clothes, like not in a happy way.
Should I have been a little more sparse with the details?
No, you're fine. Amber pokes her head out to see if she could spot Jim and Faye and Rhyme.
nope.
Not yet. Okay. Well,
I'm sure if you hollered for her, Rhyme could probably hear you.
And Faye is coming back down the stairs.
So, Amber looks extremely awkward. Excuse me. Goodness. Yeah, I don't know how, she keeps stumbling. You know what, Ivan? Thank you for sharing. Love you, bye! She kisses him and then runs out the door screaming, Rhyme! Faye! Jim! Girl talk now!
Genuinely confused here. Does Amber... I thought dragons, they did the same act, it's just they didn't give live birth.
That's the thing she's freaking out about.
Well, there's more to it than that.
Anyways.
I thought Amber knew at least about the act itself, and I didn't see how live birth would make out.
Shay.
Yeah?
You know how you said that Josh knows... that you know as much about pancreases as Josh does about female pregnancy?
Yeah.
You're probably joining him in that club.
And then zip, bibbity bobby doo, the baby comes
The emotional
out.
part of it, dear. Just let the girls handle, okay? Thank you, darling.
Yeah.
Still totally lost here, but okay.
Alright, so...
Faye hears the bellow and is like, I think I'm needed.
Amber is pacing in circles.
So, yeah, Jaminia looks up and says, pardon me, I think we have a small domestic emergency that I need to take care of.
Rhyme exits out onto the balcony and says, you bellowed.
I need help.
I could hear you all the way upstairs. Goodness.